forward to seeing these two teams kind of clash together.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. So you have the matchup last night with Donut Shop and Envy looked so strong in that.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like which team is going to be the speed bump for Envy, and we'll see if it can be the Hatred here.
Yeah, Hatred, hadn't seen much out of them prior to this event. The few of their members tweeted me and told me that, like, because they're listed as Dead on Sight is the name of the team, but they changed their name to Hatred, and so all their tags are H8, and it's pretty cool. They seem very enthusiastic coming up here. They seem ready to go.
Well, they have sweatbands on.
And that's how you know when they're ready, when they have sweatbands.
Wade, he's got a Dwayne Wade jersey on.
Yeah, and he's even more ready to win. And well, let's go ahead and jump into the game here. Envy versus Hate, the battle of the emotions, as it has been.
That's what the hashtag is right now.
People actually have sent it to me, by the way. They said battle of the emotions. It's actually pretty funny. So let's go ahead here and kick things off of Kodak from Hatred, and let's see what he could do here.
Yep, so Kodak making the move. This is going to be a hard point here on Raid, and you see Envy with the early control, but Kodak making a nice move, and that's 3 players down for Envy now as Hatred makes the move into the garage spawn. So Hatred looking very strong, actually, right off the bat. This is going to be interesting to see how Envy adapts to that early push out of Hatred. See Towels up top in Laundry. He gets taken down now. Rambo positioned here to hold this hard point, and he's going to pick up a nice shot right there, picking up the kill onto Alton. And now Envy with that early control, they're going to be probably pushing for that back kitchen spawn, setting up for the next hard point. That's exactly what Rambo's doing, but he's going to take his time with that as he sees those red markers up on the minimap.
Yeah, Hatred holding this area down. They have to play smart, as you're going to see actually some action going down by that walkway there, the grassy walkway on the side. And JCap ended up picking up that kill on Zerium, but Rambo Ray coming around the side, finding someone in front of him. He is going to get taken out by Altum. So a good stop. They need that control. They have to establish that control because they do not want to lose the kitchen, especially being down right now, almost 50-0.
Yeah, and Envy actually has control of the kitchen also. Right now you see Proofy trying to cut around, get the back kitchen spawn, and now finally Hatred on the board, racking up a few points inside the kitchen. We're on board with Alton, and it seems like they still have this back kitchen control, and they do. So this is the opportunity for Hatred to pick up a few points here, as you see Envy in the blue triangles trying to cut into the front of the kitchen, but it looks like Zerium is right there to shut down Stainville, and Alton is now positioned trying to hold down Money, and Rambo's clawing in there. So now you see Alton actually gets this spawn near the garage, and he's going to go ahead and rotate. This is a very early rotation by Alton, so I'm not sure if that's the best idea in this moment, as Envy does have control of the kitchen, but let's see if he can actually make this pay off for his team. They're really going to need to shut down Envy on the rotation to the garage.
I've been seeing a lot more teams rotate a little early, to the next level, especially this one because of, just the fact you have to go cross map for it. They are giving Envy a lot of time, but this next hill is a very difficult hill to break if you establish a good defense around it. So perhaps what Hatred can do.
It seems like they have done that. They have all 4 players back here at the garage. Alton doing a great job of picking up the kills that they need to maintain control here, but Proofy takes him out. Rambo picking up a kill there for Envy. Up to Kodak and Tal. Envy challenging inside the garage now. Both those players are pinned in the corner. One of them goes down. Kodak was EMP'd. He gets taken down, and now Envy breaks that setup, and they have everybody inside this garage or near it, and this is just bad news for Hatred.
Yeah, a few things that I saw that Hatred did wrong there. Proofy.
Oh my goodness, Proofy with a 33 piece right there.
Yeah, a few things that I saw that Hatred did wrong there. First and foremost was Alton was not looking at poolside when he should have been. His teammate had the zigzag covered. Instead, there were 2 players looking at the same area. And as well, when they were in the hill, they had 2 players by the gray van. They didn't have a player pushed up by Lambo to try and see if they could stop that, stop a rush from the pool side as well. So that really did cost them some valuable time there. Envy's right now going to be up 115-37. And if you look here, Rambo, he's going to have a sentry and his lightning strike. They have a tall order ahead of him, this Hatred squad.
Yeah, but Rambo's farthest pushed up for Envy right now. I'd be surprised if he doesn't use that lightning strike soon. And he put some shots into one of those players, and that's what Rambo does. Here we go. There's that lightning strike coming out for Envy as his teammates are now pushing up poolside. He's going to try and hit that lightning strike to take out these players inside the hardpoint zone, but no, he gets shut down. So Zerium now, only player left alive there for Hatred, and he gets shut down. So now Envy with control, and all of Hatred come from topside. Let's check out Envy, and that's going to be JCap going to be putting shots into that staircase.
Yeah, this is going to be so bad for Hatred to try and overcome here because they have to come down that staircase. They don't have many other options. They have 2 areas where they can attack. They have no streaks. Rambo has a sentry gun. At this point in time, you're already rotating over to the garden because you know that you're not going to be able to break this. The most you could do is contest it. But really getting full control, that's going to be very, very difficult to do. So they have to be forward-thinking and say, you know what, it's time to get the garden. It's time to climb back into this game because there is plenty of time to do so.
And here's Proofy now, locking down the zigzag, and we'll see if he can pick up these shots in the open stairs. Picking up a couple assists right there, so he's definitely contributing to his team. Stainville picking up a two-piece now. We haven't seen much of him. Let's jump on board with him as that Trophy picks up a couple defenses there for Rambo, who's sitting inside the hard point. He goes down now, so the action is definitely fast and furious here. Golden Boy, as Envy's trying to lock this down even more. JCap and Stainville inside the hard point now for Envy, as they're still racking up time, up by 106 points.
Yeah, they're just running away with this one here, Hastro. 5:15 left on the clock, 168 to 59, and JCap tried to go for that B23R shot, but he was not able to get it there. His teammate with the pickup. And you know what? Envy is just running away with this once again. Like I had said before, the Hatred guys, they gave him too much time on that first hill. They went down 45-0. And while it's okay to give up some time and maybe the lead at that first hill, you don't want to give up almost the entire time there. And they just had an uphill battle from the start. They kind of set themselves up for defeat. And now Rambo looking right down at a ramp, Hastro. They have control. And I think that this could very well be the game. Well, not this hill, but
my goodness.
at the very least, it will end at some point in time.
JCap's on fire right now. He just picked up another three-piece in the feed. We missed it, but
ouch.
You know, he's just set up perfectly here. His shot's on point. Let's take a look at the scoreboard right now. You see JCap is 23-13 with 1 capture and 8 defense. Rambo 19-7, Stainville 15-15. Proofy 15-7, so nothing but positive for Envy at the moment, and we're going to stay on board with JCap here.
You know it's scary when Proofy's at the bottom of the scoreboard for his team.
Yeah.
You know that they're running on all cylinders when Proofy's at the bottom.
Yeah, no,
that is insane.
You're right.
And you know, we don't talk about Stainville enough as well. I feel like a lot of he's like that silent the silent champion of this team.
Yeah.
He is such a key part of it as well. You know, just that veteran nature that he brings to the table. And just knowing what to do in certain situations. Proofy with a wonderful kill there on Zerium. And this is pretty much going to lock it out here, Astro.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, Envy has just dominant control right now. But you're right, like Stainville, you know, he's not going to be the most vocal player in terms of being out there in the public just talking about how great of a player he is. But at the end of the day, I mean, he's playing on the West Coast connection now, so a lot of players give him a lot of heat online when he's playing in scrimmages. But when he shows up at LAN, I mean, he just dominates. And JCap with another three-piece in the feed, the triple right there, straight up, in just a continuation feed right there for JCap. He just dominated that game, and
wow.
Hatred goes down 250 to 72 on this raid hardpoint.
It really did come down to that first hill, though. That set the tone for this entire matchup. Envy dominated, took all that time. Hatred just could not find a way to break it. Instead, opted to go for the kitchen. Could not maintain control long enough. JCap 29-15 with 12 defends. You know, that's a stat that I feel like more people need to elaborate
that's the
on.
#1 stat.
It really is. It really is. It shows that you're doing work inside of the hard point, and that right there to me just speaks volumes, and enough people don't give it credit.
Yeah, I mean, that's like, you know, hitting home runs in baseball.
Yeah,
you know,
pretty much.
Or touchdowns in football. I mean, the defends are your #1 stat in hard point. That's something that is the key. You're in the hard point, and you're fending off the other team, and you're scoring points for your squad. So JCap with 12 of those right there, definitely at the top of the leaderboard.
He dominated on that one, and I tell you right now that if you're Hatred, you're rethinking your strategy, moving on to the next game type, which if I'm a betting man will probably be Search and Destroy. Hatred played pretty well on Search, if I'm correct.
I'm really surprised using the veto system that hardpoint on raid didn't get vetoed, man.
Actually, I think it's CTF, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not exactly sure the players are setting up their classes, but it looks like you might be right that this is going to, but I'm talking about that raid hardpoint.
Yeah.
You know, that's something that Envy's very, very strong at.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if
true.
Hatred really realized that in when they had the veto picks. I mean,
Yeah.
that's an Envy game type right there, raid hardpoint. I mean, that's one of their bread and butter maps.
Yeah.
And that should have been one of the first vetoes by Hatred, but
well, I mean, you know, a lot of players do feel pretty comfortable on raid hardpoint.
That's
I
true.
would say it is a very well known map, but it is without a doubt that Envy has taken that map and established it. Like, I feel like Farico is like Impact, is very good at like slums hardpoint, right? And they're good at raid hardpoint as well.
Really good at raid hardpoint,
I mean, they're good at all hardpoint. Let's just be honest. But the thing is, whenever I've seen Envy play, and then when they dominate for some reason, it is always on raid, and like because that's like the map where Rambo just seems to like go off. And I was actually talking with one of the players from Thrive the other day. I believe it was Envision. I was talking with him, and he was like, wow, Donut Shop just couldn't do anything against Envy. And I told him straight up, I was like, when Rambo is on point, that team is guaranteed to win. Like, Proofy and JCap, they are always playing consistent. You always expect that out of Stainville. But when Rambo just takes that lead and starts leading in kills and leading in just objective and just doing everything that he does best, and he's playing at the top of his game, it is very, very difficult to stop Envy. And you see that a lot on Raid Hardpoint, where it's like he just seems to go off. And in this time it was JCap, but even then, though, it's just like the coordination is amazing between these 4 players.
Rambo's right under JCap there on the scoreboard. I mean, he had a big game right there also. So, yeah, you're absolutely right about that. And Hatred, they had a pretty good start. I mean, they were leading in the slaying category in the first minute of the game. Yeah. But that just didn't kind of play out for the rest of the match. Envy made the really good adapt, and it was just a good job by them. So that was a big game for Envy. It was 250 to 78. I mean, that's pretty dominant. And we'll see what's going to happen here. We're actually going to be playing Raid again. Yeah. It's going to be a capture the flag now. So we'll see how this plays out for Hatred. Yeah,
last time we saw Raid CTF, it was actually between I believe it was Greenskeepers. We saw Greenskeepers versus TBK, and this one went 1-0. Yep. It went 1-0. It was a very, very defensive matchup there. None of the players could get any kind of headway. I wonder if that's going to happen again. CTF, a completely different game from Hardpoint. You have to play different. It's more cutoff focus, getting the coordination base, while Hardpoint's about rotations and all that stuff. I think CTF's more just on position holding, if that makes sense. Like basically my mindset behind it is, Hardpoint's this crazy rush, right? And CTF is kind of more slow pace, gotta outsmart your team a little bit.
Yeah, without a doubt. And we're in the game right now.
So let's go ahead and jump in.
Yeah, let's jump into this matchup. It's going to be Kodak on your screen for Hatred. And you see a couple further kills by Envy, and that's all 4 down for Hatred, right off the bat.
That is just so unfortunate. Zerium's going to be the last one left alive there, as he was taken out just now as well. And the flag has been pulled by Rambo. He's taking it over to the full side, finding another player, as he seemed to have been running to a wall, but he is going to get stopped, Rambo, and they are going to be able to prevent that early flag cap there. Envy did a good job in the breakout, but couldn't close out that flag cap.
Yeah, and what happened right there is Envy picked up all 4 players, and Hatred got a split spawn. They got 2 players spawning at the pool side basketball court, and they got 2 players spawning back laundry. So Envy just didn't exactly know where they all were. But look at this. I like this play out of Stainville. He picks it up and takes it all the way over to his teammate, who was top window right there. Now he's going to be checking the open stairs, but he gets taken out from behind. And there's the return by Kodak, who managed to slip by Proofy, and now Proofy takes him out. So Envy's still threatening right here as Proofy's pushed up on the map. He's going to pick up another kill there on Zerium. Very patient play out of Proofy. That's veteran play out of him. And now he's going to set up for the spawn trap onto Hatred.
Yeah, you could see he's focusing the attention by Laundry, able to pick up 1. Rambo with the flagpole. Now, we've been talking a lot about Envy, but Hatred, they are a good team. They got this far into the winner's bracket. They dominated their team. Mojo, obviously, Envy is a little bit of a different challenge than Mojo was. So they do have their I guess, a challenge in front of them once again. But this flag cap is going to go in. Talking about Hatred. Oh, there was a player there. And actually ends up, they got the pull, but that was a quick stop by Stainville. He was playing that defensive position, finding someone else. That's going to be Kodak. And it seems like Kodak is going to be able to pull this flag. No, he does not. Was that a misstep? I mean,
no, I think he was actually just looking for the kill, making sure that he could get the flag out first, which is actually a smart play by Kodak, but he just doesn't manage to get it out there. He shuts him down, and now you see Envy just locking down the center of the map. And this is like you said, it's kind of a more passive game type. Like Hardpoint's a little crazy on Raid, but CTF on Raid is a little bit different. So we're gonna jump back on board with Hatred, and they're just trying to defend their flag a little bit more here. It's like Kodak's trying to pick up a kill in the middle of the map. He gets shut down. So Tal and Alton left alive. Tal goes down now. So Envy is just kind of all over Hatred at the moment, just swarming in the middle of the map. Hatred all in their flag base right now, and Envy's definitely setting up around it.
Yeah, they're ready for a pull. You can see the coordination there by Envy. All of them, like pretty much all players of Hatred, are going to be in the middle of the map. That is not going to be a spot that they want to be in at this point in time. But Alton is creeping his way out, and they might actually be able to make a pull happen, but Rambo is going to counter that one, taking it over to the laundry, to the ring, which is going to be pretty good there if you are if you're Envy. But wait a minute, I think another flagpole might happen for Hatred.
No, that flagpole just got shut down for Hatred.
Oh, it did.
Rambo gets taken down, so now you're going to see Stainville He's going to be cutting back over to the ring side. Hatred does get that return, so still a 1-0 lead for Envy. Hatred actually doing a really good job of shutting down the flagpoles of Envy at the moment. I'm sure Envy has a ton. Let's take a look at the returns here for Hatred. You see that Hatred has 3 returns, so Envy has pulled the flag 3 times and only successfully, or sorry, 4 times, and put 1 in, and Hatred has returned 3 of those. So lots of flagpoles coming out of Envy at the moment.
Yeah, Zerium with a stop there on Stainville, but you're right about that. You know, both teams are playing aggressive. Even if you look on the other side as well, if you bring up the scoreboard once again, Hastro, you can actually see that Hatred's pulled the flag 2 times. So, you know, they've been getting in the base. They just haven't been able to convert, and that is pretty much just been the story of this matchup here, where Hatred has the right idea. They're playing as best as they can, but Envy is just outplaying them. So that is why Hatred needs to step this up right here, right now. Now, they may not be able to do it in the first round of play, but if they can keep them to 1-0 going into the half, that will be a pretty good look for Hatred.
And Rambo's just being that nuisance that he always is, but Zerium shuts him down right there. So that was a big play by Zerium.
Big win.
Yeah, that was a big win, but here you go. Tao was trying to pull the flag from Envy, and he gets shut down as well. So 39 seconds left on the clock. Stainville on a 3-kill spree for Envy. Envy's kind of backed off at the moment, and Hatred has 1 player inside red. That player is actually being really sneaky right now. I'm going to find out who that is. Let's see. It's going to be Zerium. Zerium pulls the flag, and let's see. He's going to run into 1 Envy player. Well, Envy is all over him right now.
Yeah,
he's definitely going to get shut down right here.
But he is able to win that.
He does win that, but oh no, I think that flag did just get returned. Yes, it did. So this is going to be a 1-0 lead for Envy headed into the second half.
You know, that was a very good play by Zerium because you thought he was going to go out to the ring. Ended up running out to the middle. He had coverage, able to pick up that 1 player. It was not enough, unfortunately. But 1-0 going into the half. If you are Hatred, you got to be feeling pretty good. You kept Envy down to 1 cat, despite the fact that they pulled the flag 5 times on you. So
yeah,
pretty good.
That's not bad.
Not bad at all.
That's not bad. They're doing work. So they're doing exactly what they need to do to keep themselves in the game. They haven't given Envy score streaks.
Yeah,
and that's a big play by them. You know, you don't allow Envy to get the score streaks that allow them to just kind of rain down hellstorms and lightning strikes on you when you pull their flag. You're in a much better position. That, and there are no sentry guns on the map at the moment. So,
yep. And usually you always see that going into the half. There's always like a sentry. Like one team has a sentry at some point in time. We've seen a lot in this tournament, and definitely not the case here. So Hatred has all the capabilities to win this game. They just need to get together. They have to coordinate just a little bit more, and they can do this.
Yeah, now Kodak putting some shots into an Envy player on poolside. So Kodak trying to stay alive here. Let's see if he can manage to do that, as Envy is probably pushing up that middle of the map pretty fiercely right now. They just took out 2 players in the feed, and you see 2 players challenging Kodak now, and Proofy takes him out. So Envy is getting a little bit of an advantage. There's 1 player right above Proofy for Hatred, and let's see if Proofy can actually take him out. That's going to be, that player is still there, and there's the challenge from Hatred, and that is going to be Zerium, who was up top above him, picking up a big kill. But Stainville now is getting the spawn trap on. He has a teammate coming up behind him, and it seems like that is going to be JCap, who's right there with him. So that flag has been pulled by Stainville. Let's see what he can do with it, and they are going to run into a couple players here from Hatred coming from open stairs and near money. That player's actually at basketball court, and Stainville's got to be really careful right here, and there that player is. It's going to be Kodak with a big 2-piece, shutting down Stainville and getting the return. So huge play out of Kodak to make sure Envy doesn't get that flag through. And that's exactly what Hatred's been doing all game long, just causing Envy fits whenever they pull the flag.
Yeah, as well as, you know, guys like Rambo have been, you know, a nuisance to the Hatred squad. It has been equal on the other side, where the entire Hatred team, at any point in time, you just never know who's going to be there. You have to keep track of where those players are. And it is a little difficult to do, especially in the heat of battle and all that. But you always got to keep it in mind, like, there should be 1 player up. Rambo ends up getting taken out there by a member of Hatred. That was actually going to be Kodak. JCap taking out Towel. And it seems like Proofy will have the flag, and that's the one thing I love about this Envy team. It's not a hey, you're gonna play objective, or hey, you're gonna play SMGs only. No, Proofy has an AR and he's pulling the flag. If you're there, make the play happen. That is what I like to see from teams. I'm not a big fan of roles per se in CTF. You know, roles in hardpoint are perfectly fine. You need an anchor.
Oh yeah, and here we go. This is going to be the big gun battle going down in money. You see it, and Hatred does pick it up, so Proofy's going to have to stop here. JCap picking up a 2-piece for Envy, and that might open it up for Proofy, and yes, it does. And look at the awareness by Proofy, just checking out the bottom staircase there, coming from basketball. He got hit markers and got the assist. Stainville picks up the 2-piece, and that's what makes Envy so deadly, man. I mean, they just use that teamwork, and their awareness is just top-notch. So Proofy doing a great job getting that flag cap in for Envy. He's only a couple kills away from his score streaks here. So let's see if he can make that happen.
Yeah, 2-0 in the count. 2 minutes left on the clock. Proofy able to nail 1 kill there on Zerium right by the pillars, finding another one by Raid. Proofy has to be careful. Play for streaks here if you're Proofy, because you do not want to be just a couple points short of getting a Hellstorm and a Lightning Strike. That would do your team wonders. But the flag is being pulled once again, and that will be by JCap. And again, we saw Stainville pull the flag, we saw Rambo pull the flag, Proofy, and now JCap.
But JCap gets shut down by Zerium, who makes another huge play for Hatred and gets that flag returned. And now Zerium is actually threatening the Envy flag. He knows he can't just pull it without one of those Envy players being in his space. So here you go, there it is. Envy making sure they get that return. Rambo now pulling the flag. He gets shut down. Proofy on a 5 kill spree. Proofy. Man. Proofy on a 5 kill spree. He has all of his streaks. He did get that kill, but 1 minute and 20 seconds left. This is really looking like it's going to go into Envy's favor.
Yeah, and Rambo watching the laundry side. Proofy's going to drop that sentry gun in the back, and that is, and the trophy system to boot, and that is pretty much going to lock this one through. For 1 minute left on the clock, it is going to take a miracle for Hatred to have to break this setup. It will be very tough. That 5th man, the sentry gun, going to be inside of there. Proofy finding someone inside. It is going to be Zerium. Zerium is going to get dropped, though. That will be a stop from Stainville on, actually on Kodak, and then JCap taking out Zerium on that one. Howell will be on your screen. He will get taken out, too. And you know what? Ultim, though, you know, it's crazy. These Hatred guys will surprise you, though. That much I would say. I think that this is a very, very good team that has tons and tons of potential. They simply just, you know, need a little bit more practice, I would say, because they're not necessarily being out, how do I explain this? Basically, Envy is a very strong team. I mean, what you expect out of a team that plays 2nd place at Call of Duty Championships, losing to one of the best teams in the world in Impact. But their awareness is definitely there. Just a few things, and I think this squad could be a good contender, because they kept Envy 2-0.
Yeah.
That's not bad. I mean,
that's not bad at all. I mean, they returned a ton of flags.
Exactly.
Look at it. They returned, let's see, 6 flag returns. So
wow.
That was six pulls that were potential caps.
And they pulled the flag 4 times as well.
Yeah, yeah. So that wasn't a bad matchup right there. But Envy walking over to shake some hands right now. Let's get the cam up from the main stage and take a look at that. Players are shaking hands. Yes, but the courtesy is there. The courtesy is there. So players are all shaking hands. That was a good matchup. We can check out as Envy takes this 2-0. They're going to be advancing to the winner bracket finals, and we're going to be waiting to see what's going to see them there very shortly.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that one. But guys, that is going to do it for Call of Duty. Excuse me, for right now. My boy Walshy, who's sitting right over there, is going to be joining me on the stage. That's his thumb. That's Walshy's thumb, everyone.
That's a legendary thumb.
That's the thumb that won championships.
That was the left thumb too.
That was the left thumb.
That was the one that moves him all over the place.
Push him forward. So that is going to do it for Call of Duty. But stick around, though. We're going to have the loser bracket finals for Halo and the grand finals for Halo coming up on stage. So you don't want to miss that. I'm pretty sure that is going to be really exciting. Whether you're a Call of Duty fan, Halo fan, doesn't matter what game you play, it will be awesome to watch. I will be casting that alongside Walshy. And Hastro, I guess I'll see you in a little bit.
I'll be around.
Yes.
I'm actually looking forward to Halo. I love watching competitive Halo, man.
Yeah.
It's the shit.
We all started watching that, you know what I mean?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
I fanboyed Walshy in 2007. and now we're pretty good friends, so
yeah.
it's pretty long run.
He's an all right guy, this guy here. He's okay, and he's not a bad Call of Duty commentator.
So, hold on real quick before we go. Is Initial Boss still in the tournament? No, they got knocked out. Oh man.
Oh
I don't
man.
know. I'm sure you guys will talk about.
Go ahead.
There's a team here called Initial Boss, and their roster is Troll 1, Troll 2, and they're actually twins. The dudes are actually twins. And I've been dying laughing about this, but so you have Troll 1, Troll 2, Balshi.
Yeah.
Who was the 4th?
Weak side.
And last night, Weak Side came out and bought a drink for Walsh at the bar, and it was funny, man.
That was pretty cool.
That's just like the best team name in land I've ever seen.
Yeah,
just so good.
Yeah, for sure. That is awesome. Well, guys, that's going to do it for Call of Duty for right now. Stick around. Halo's going to be setting up, and we will be back probably in around 10 minutes or so. So stick around. Once again, really sorry about the delays, but we got to, get everything set up. It's all wizardry and science. Any last words, Astro, before we go?
I'll be back.
He'll be back. All right, guys, we'll see you in a little bit here at UGC Niagara. Losers finals and grand finals for Halo coming up next on stream. I'm Golden Boy FTW. He's Hastro. If you want to follow him on Twitter, it is at Hastro with a 0 at the end. I'm Golden Boy FTW at Golden Boy FTW on Twitter. And Walshy304 is going to be coming up here. That's his Twitter as well. And that's it. So see you guys in a little bit. Don't go anywhere.